Hey guys, what's up? So today I'm actually doing a video for a local theater company who are doing the Addams Family. And I showed them how to do their makeup in person, but I also wanted to make this video for them that they could reference at any time, and I figured why not make it public. Now the finished look you see here is not the one everyone will have, but what I'm doing for them is I sent them a blueprint, which you guys will all see, and then each character in the Addams Family for the ancestors has a distinct way they died, so I just did all the variations on my face at once instead of just doing one at a time, then wiping it off, and you'll see as I go. But anyway, so I guess for those of you who are my regular viewers, this is just a nice basic ghostly makeup that you can use for Halloween, or just, put your own twist on it. Or maybe there's another production of the Addams Family out there looking for makeup, in which case, welcome. I hope this is helpful for the ancestors. Let's get started. So you're going to start off, no matter what ancestor you are, with a nice white base of paint. I'm using a water activated paint and a sponge that I typically use for face painting. Now, when I was recording, I had a pretty bad angle here, so I apologize. Awkward. But anyway, so when you are painting your face, especially with water activated paints and a sponge, you're going to want to dab instead of swipe because you will see all the swipe motions, similar to when you're like cleaning a glass table. You know, all those streaks? Yeah, you want to avoid those, so go ahead and dab. If you sweat a lot, and especially if you are doing this for theater, so you are singing and dancing, I would highly suggest setting it with a lot of baby powder, and even maybe having regular foundation underneath. I find that sometimes that helps hold my face paint to my face even better, and the foundation layer makes it a little harder for the sweat to get through. Next, you're going to take a gray eyeshadow on a fluffy brush and contour. I'll throw a couple contour sheets up here, and my apologies yet again for the bad camera angle, but just follow these sheets to get an idea. Now, contouring is just darkening the parts of your face, so if you're a ghost and you're dead, typically what I like to imagine is that your cheeks are extra gaunt, so the hollows of your cheeks, which you can find if you make a fishy face, when you go I like to darken those even more so they just look sunken in. I will also do temples, eye sockets, and the bridge of my nose just for some added darkness. That part really wouldn't sink in, but I just like the look. Then you're gonna go in with a black eyeshadow and darken up the center to give it an even better gradient. And you really can't see it here, I am so sorry, but use your imagination, and with what you can see, hopefully it makes a little bit of sense. You're gonna have to work extra hard to blend this out nicely, so don't be alarmed if it takes you a while to blend. Trust me, it always takes a while. Like I said, in addition to the cheekbones, I'm gonna do the eye sockets, yet again starting off with a fluffy brush and gray eyeshadow. Look at pictures of skeletons if it helps. Any of the dark parts on a skeleton are typically where you would sink in after death. Just because, muscle atrophy. That's not the word. I don't know medical terms. I'm sorry. But you're basically going to do some circles around your eyes. Now, I didn't really do it in the video, but for some added effects, if you are angry, you can raise the outer corners of the circles more, so it kind of gives that, squinting, angry eyebrow effect. Or if you think you're sadder, you'd raise the inner corners. So it looks like you're sad. Yeah, like the theater mask. And like I said, add some black to the center, and then carry that gray down the bridge of your nose a bit. And then just, stare at the camera. What am I doing here? What are you waiting for, me? Come on, we got a job to do. This next part is totally optional, but when I am doing my ghostly blueprint basic ghosty faces, I like to do this little ring at the top of my head, where, yet again, gray shadow, and then go around the outer edge instead of the center with a darker black shadow. And this just kind of gives this indented look up there. This isn't always anatomically correct, but it is a nice touch, I think so. And then I go in to the temples as well. Because I brought my cheekbone up so high, my temples are touching it. Yours do not have to. It's just, yet again, my style. And then taking the black and going around the edges of the eye socket as well. Okay, time to get into some more of the character-specific looks. So for starters, we have characters like the bride, in which case it's very common to see her having like tears running down her face because she did die on her wedding day. To do this effect, I'm going to load one of my brushes with water and white paint and just let it drip down so you get that real tear effect. You can do this, or you could do the negative of this, which is where you would just take water and let it drip down your face and it would take off some of your base coat of paint with it. Either or, test it out, see what you like. For the bride, I would also do a couple bits of beauty makeup, which I didn't really do here because, you know, you don't need me to do your beauty makeup. Like, you could do a little bit of a wing, small. There's usually not dramatic ones on the wedding day, especially not for, you know, old traditional weddings. You could do some dark lips with some grayish or blackish because I wouldn't throw a red on this look for a lip. Unless that red is to make a cut, in which case I'm going to do a light dusting of red around, and then I will take a smaller brush, usually like a small angled brush, to make a more focused line right in the center of the red little cloud. This will look like a cut, but I'm not going to make it super saturated because, you know, it'll stand out a lot against the white and black. And then I'm just going to take a little more of that red and let it just carry it down the cut so it looks a bit like blood drips. Because this is a family musical, I'm not going to use actual blood or anything like that and advise the characters to use that. It's kid friendly. But if you are doing this for Halloween on your own, feel free to use some real blood. Now, another character died via mustard gas because he was a soldier, and for this look, I couldn't exactly copy a mustard gas poisoning. That would be kid-friendly because, trust me, it is nasty. So what I advised him to do was to take some red, blue, or even dark yellow and kind of make these vein-like tree-ish structures stemming from his mouth. And ignore me as I randomly put lipstick on. I will continue the mustard gas piece in a second. I don't know, I felt compelled. But these give like vein effects, and it kind of just gives the illusion of something you inhaled murdered you brutally. So yeah, and then just copy that onto the other side. Now, to the cast members who are watching this, not every character died in a super specific way that I can demonstrate through simple stage makeup, but feel free to get creative, use any of these techniques. They are not only applicable to the 3 characters mentioned, just they're my best way of showing you techniques to use, and feel free to use them in creative ways. Who knows, maybe you'll add cuts to your arm or cuts to your neck, anything of the sort. And to my viewers watching, the final product of this video is not meant to be sold to you as a whole, but if you choose to like it, go ahead. Otherwise, much like the actors on stage that I'm advising, I would say get creative and use these techniques. I just showed you how to fish, man. I didn't give you a fish, I showed you how. So get in your boat and go bring the dough home. Or, well, bring the fish home. Anyway, guys, have a good one. Killer K, signing out.